Well, hey guys, I know it's been a while since I've kind of done a talk on a YouTube video. I tried to get the KCAC championship video up, and then I recorded for Christian Nationals and got that up last night. So those two videos have finally come out. And then now it's finally time to start summer cross-country training. And as of right now, I've done my first week. You'll watch the video for the first run of the summer, first run of the week, first workout of the week. Wasn't a great one, I'll go ahead and say that, but talk more on that later. My last video I did with a workout and a talk, I read through James, and that's where I will be doing these talks for however long it takes to go through James or whatever else I want to talk about. But let me find James real quick. So here's James. I want to go, I think, verse by verse, kind of not do too much each time. Just pick out a verse, read it to you, share some thoughts, and leave it with you. And I'll be reading out of this. Well, obviously the Bible. It's a New King James Version. It's also a World Bible School Study Edition Bible, which, if you don't know what that is, you should go look that up. It's really cool. My papa gave this to me, and so this is gonna be my reading Bible, and I'll bring out my other study Bible at some point. But anyways, I'm just gonna start here. The Epistle of James, chapter 1. James, a bondservant of God and of the Lord Jesus Christ, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greetings. And here is where I will do my talk for tonight, starting in verse 2, and I will read, verses 2, 3, and 4. My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience. But let patience have its perfect work, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing. Three verses. So I want to read, so I want to leave with you. I'll read it again at the end. But starting with verse 2. Count it all joy when you fall into various trials. Anything you go through in life, all the bad things in life, appreciate those. Those are what make us what we are. Those are what make us who we are. Appreciate those, grow from those. Don't be mad at God for those. This life can be rough, but appreciate those and endure those. And then it adds on to that, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience. So, trials, let's consider trials in our faith and our Christian walks. Maybe a loved one dies, maybe a non-Christian says something to you and you question it. Like, maybe you were just going through a depression or just something rough, a trial, whatever. I don't know what your trial is, and you don't know what mine is. But your trial, your faith may be tested, but don't let that trial wear on you. Take joy and know that let time take its course, and as it says, the testing of your faith produces patience. Grow patience. And then verse 4. 4 is a good number. But let patience have its perfect work, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing. Well, it's a running channel, so we'd get here at some point. are you ever going to get anywhere if you don't push through the pain? Like, running is, it's a punishment in other sports. It's what we do for cross country. It's what we do for track. Any type of racing. You run. That's all you do. And you might do it for fun. Maybe you do it just to go do it. Maybe you're someone that doesn't push yourself. Maybe you're someone like me and you race. Maybe you race for a school. Maybe you get paid to do it. You're not going to get better if you don't push through it. But right there. So I said that the workout for this video wasn't a great one. It wasn't. It really wasn't. I'm going to put a clip in there. Oh, man. I live out in the country a little bit, and we have some land out there, and I did just short of a 400-meter track. It's all I could do with really tight turns, really tight corners. I mean, it's like if you run, it's tighter than any indoor track I ran on. There's the goat bellering. But I ran on Monday. Today is, well, it's late now, so it's probably Monday now, Memorial Monday. But so I guess you could say a week ago. It, for whatever reason, was the windiest maybe not the windiest of the year. I would come from Nebraska, I live in Oklahoma, but I wasn't running in Nebraska. Cornfield wind. It was the windiest I ran in all year. It was like my freshman year of high school. We ran at a meet in Bridge Creek, and I'm telling you, one side of the track, the wind's at your back, and if you're a runner, you know that does nothing. If you're a sprinter, lucky you. But then you get to the other side, and it was like, if you've ever been to Sky Zone, or not Sky Zone, what's that place called? The indoor skydiving place. It was literally like being in a wind tunnel. And that's what this felt. I was running out in the field, and I started on one side, and I'd maybe go at my pace, probably slower than my pace, because it was 6 reps, and after a couple reps, I was defeated, and I knew I wasn't getting my times. I'd come around that curve, and I'd hit that other side, and it was like almost 2-minute difference in pace. The wind was so bad, it hit me. So that's what I want to talk about. Not a great workout. It was supposed to be a threshold interval workout, which is a little bit, you might say that's a little bit ambitious for a first workout of the summer, but I might get more into that later. Might kind of let my training take its course before I try and explain it. I need to get a little bit further into it. But see where I land, see how durable my body stays, and whether or not I'm going to get exhausted or I keep up with it, how my body handles it, how I handle it. I'll get into that later on down the road. For now, workout wasn't great. It was supposed to be 6-800s, and I'm not going to say anything about pace because I don't want to embarrass myself. But I'll still put the video up with all the reps, and it was just really bad. But I realized during it, I was like, okay, don't get upset about this. It's cross country season. It's not like track where overly worked up about paces. It's just cross country. You just gotta go out. No course is the same. Weather's completely different week by week. You just go out and race, and that's how it is. So that's what I did. I the pace for reps may have been no different than an easy pace for a run, but it is what it is. And I just ran it, and I just ran it to run it because conditions would never be the same. And so I just did the rep. I just finished the workout and finished the workout. I did have to cut the cool down. Don't shun me on that. I had to make it to my girlfriend's graduation. She's going to be going to college with me next year. Anyways, let me just focus on this real quick. A little bit of what I learned from James kind of applied to me there. Be patient. I felt like that win was kind of a reminder from God, like, be patient. It's a long summer. It's 3 months till you race again. Like for York. don't try and be what you want to be right now. Don't try and you're coming off a 2-week break. You're trying to go to a high that you're trying to go to and hold the highest mileage that I've held yet. Like all these different things, like be patient, let time take its course, continue to put the pennies in the piggy bank, and build. Endure it. Endure the win. Now, I will say I did do the workout, but like I wasn't trying to hit pace after how bad that win was. I ran the reps, not I I try I didn't try to hit pace after I realized how bad the wind was. I just finished the workout to get the mileage in and say that I did the workout. Things will get better. I found the track that I can run on and things like that. So it's just, point is adapting. Patience and adapting. As I've matured as a runner, I've realized that not everything's going to go a certain way. You should have a plan. Try and get your mileage or your minutes and your workouts in, your sleep and your eat, but things don't always happen that way, and you have to be able to adapt. If you try and you might run in a straight line a lot of the times, but if you try and live in a straight line, it's going to bring you down. So, gotta be willing and able to adapt and be patient. Things will happen. But endure the pain. Be willing to go into that pain, enjoy that pain. And be willing to just keep putting pennies, workouts, runs in the piggy bank. Keep stacking, keep being consistent, and be patient. And let time and let God go to work. And one more thing I wanted to leave you with, and you can quote me on this. I'm kidding. I've been home, I don't know how long I've been home since college, but it's good to be home. I've already had a couple ups and downs and whatnot, and I thought it's about something. I was like mad about something. I still got a lot of growing up to do. Still ain't done growing up. But that means that I'm still a kid. So, stay a kid as long as you can. I don't mean be immature, be a child, but stay a kid. Adults don't dream, kids do. So, and do it for you. I've been seeing a lot of stuff about betting on yourself. You got to be willing to take that risk and do something for yourself that you can be proud of. You got to take care of your family, and you got to be tough for those that can't, but also make sure to do something that you're proud of. And that's one more thing I'll leave you with. It's so easy to get caught up in like seeing what other people are doing, and with all the social media and TV, like you know who the greatest is. You know what the greats are doing, the elites, like Olympic runners, you place them at the top, you know what they're doing, you know everything about them. And sometimes that takes away from what you're doing, because if you're like me, sometimes you think, well, I'm not doing what they're doing, so I'm not good. Wow, that just kind of came out. I didn't even realize that. But this last week, what I will say is I got 52 miles for the week. The 2 workouts, threshold intervals, which were nowhere close to pace, but I still did the 6 800s. And then a tempo workout, which I did 4-mile repeats at less than 6-minute pace, and I negative split them. So I ran a mile repeat, did a cool down of like 4 to 4.5 minutes, about half a mile. Did another 1-mile repeat at tempo, but a little bit faster. And I did that on a treadmill, so those miles could have been shorter than a mile, but if there's a possibility they were short of a mile, that also means there's a possibility they were longer than a mile. Basically what I did is I set the treadmill to a certain pace, and then I stopped my watch when it hit the time, like 5:55. I'd split my watch, I'd start my cool down. Say it was set to 5:55, the treadmill was set to 5:55 pace. I would run till my watch said 5:55, split it, and then cool down. And I believe I went like 5:55 on down to 5:55 down on to 5:46. So that was a good workout. That was on the treadmill, but that was a good workout. And I finished the week with a long run, about 10.5 miles, and easy pace. I think my best easy run was a 7:04 average, and then my slowest run I think was the long run at 8:23 average, which there's another good thing. My long, slow, easy pace is like 30 seconds to a minute faster than I think last year. So anyways, taking all that into account, for me it was a really good week. I'm confident in that. I'm proud about that. I set some goals and I reached them to the best of my ability. And I got 1 lift in this week, and then I had to dig 7 post holes, so I called that my second workout for the week. So I'm gonna cut it there. I've yapped long enough, but I told you I'd end with reading this again, so I'll turn right to it. This is the end of week 1 for phase 1 of summer 2026. Hope you'll enjoy it with me. My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience. But let patience have its perfect work, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing.
Come on.
Well, today is day 1 of phase 1, and I'm gonna be doing 6 800s at 2:44 goal pace. But the goal of the workout is consistency. So even if I ran 255s, if all 6 of them were around 255s, that would be a successful goal. What I don't want to do is have a range of start out at like 235 and finish at 305. That's not precise. So anyways, beginning of the video saw me doing some ankle stability. I'm gonna start doing that for Monday's threshold interval warm-up. I just got done with 2 miles at about a 7:46 pace, and yeah. Oh, and you saw me chasing the goats. Goats are so stupid. I was trying to run them off so Big Lou, the dog, wouldn't get mad at me, and we went all over the place and went right back to where we started. So, well, I've ran by her a couple times and she's keeping her space, but she shouldn't be barking the whole time like she was over there. Anywho, got me some new shoes. These are gonna be my speed day shoes. So anyways, I'm gonna eat this birthday cake and I'm gonna get after it. I'm gonna do 4 100-meter strides, and then yeah, I'll get after it. And real quick, I just want to say, today begins my training for Christian Nationals. That was like 2 weeks ago, and training for it again starts today. That's how short a break is. So it's gonna be tough, but got me some dirt tracks, and I'm gonna be out here training in the today it's 80 degrees. It's windy as all get out, windiest I've trained all year. And yeah, I'm just gonna be sticking to the dirt, save my knees a little bit, stay off the asphalt, and kind of disappear for the summer and come back better. So I'll get to it.